right? What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Are you ready? Are you ready? It's time!
Welcome back to another Sunday afternoon episode of Software Explorations, Concepts, and get that already struggling, all right? We're already struggling. It is not concepts and overviews. I'm thinking about concepts and overviews because I still have to finish the slides and do the recording and all that good stuff backed up this weekend because helping out some people, but it's all good. Anyways, software explorations. Sunday afternoon, we're going to be getting into Terraform. We're going to be setting up Route 53 in AWS to connect to our load balanced elastic container service, all that good stuff, Docker, all that good stuff, right? And we're going to get that to work. And we're going to also set up the certificate, subdomain, for poopy pants, all that good stuff. We're going to figure it out, right? But we're here. If you do not know who I am your host of the show and of the channel. I am Tech Coach Ralph. And my partner in crime is already in the chat. We have your car in the building, says salute to Tech Coach Ralph. Salute to you as well. Your car, welcome. And we got my other guy in the chat. We got this one for, all right. So there we go. Your car is in the building. Salute to you, your car. And we got my guy, Operation Tech Takeover OTTO in the building. He says, my guy, Ralph, peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings to you as well. All right. And Tech Takeover says, I'm on the grind, but I'm going to try to dip off and come support my brother. Anyways, I appreciate it. So, a couple of reasons I'm backed up. Yesterday on our numbers show, what I was using to control the stream, it's been giving me trouble these past few weeks, and I had to migrate over all my shortcuts and commands to a Stream Deck XL yesterday. So it's right here. Right here. Brand new. And I had to configure that in addition to a bunch of these computers that I was working on yesterday for my parents, helping them get set up. So I'm a little backed up, but we don't miss. So if we have to go to sleep late, wake up early, all that good stuff, we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. All right. We are going to make it happen. So we're here. We are here. So let's get into our agenda. Check the chat, get to work, because above all else, here, we're going to work. We are going to work, okay? So let's go to our agenda. First and foremost, thank you to all of the newest subscribers, as well as to everyone who has been subscribed for a very, very long time. I appreciate you all for supporting the channel, helping us grow, all that good stuff, right?
I appreciate you.
But before I go any further, right? I want to say a big thank you, because what happened was last Thursday, as we're ending the stream, I had just pressed end stream, right? And then I get all these notifications of membership. Like, what is going on here? Victor Williams Jr. had gifted 5 memberships to the channel, and a bunch of people got gifted some memberships. So I hope you thank them. And I just want to say that I really, really appreciate you. And this is just the first time that I'm saying it, but we're going to say it throughout the show, because I didn't. Yesterday morning, it wasn't the show for it, but today, this afternoon, I want to say thank you so much for your support, for those gifted memberships. And if you got gifted a membership from Victor Williams Jr., go ahead and thank him. Thank him for that kindness. All right. So shout out to Victor Williams Jr. All right. So now let's continue on with the agenda. So salute to my tech barbarians. They are working so hard. Like this past week, I was implementing the Mongo database part of querying the database and returning a random quote. We're going to be migrating to our Mongo very, very soon. Going to get off my ghetto implementation of using a Google Sheet as the API provider. You know, kind of ghetto, but hey, that was able to get us to MVP. Minimum viable product. It was working. It was up. All good. But we're going to get a little more professional. We're going to go to MongoDB. We're going to be hosting it at Atlas, as you've seen me set up like maybe a couple of months ago. But we have to get up our infrastructure. So we're getting there. We are working through it. So, sometimes you got to improvise to go live, and you get your MVP, and then now you build upon it. Now we can be able to migrate, add quotes via API calls, all that. And I'm learning so much. But you see my tech barbarians, they are maneuvering through learning how to test it, how to use Docker, Compose, and bringing up the application, and then they go and they tear it down. They use Git to switch to branches. They build the application and everything, testing it locally, all that good stuff. Being able to use tools like Compass to connect to Mongo and update documents, all that good stuff, right? But this is what we do. This is what we do when we just build real stuff. And now you can be in an interview and you're like, oh yeah, you can pull up this application that I'm actively working on, and I did this. I use these tools. I mimic the way that we develop at work in the project, so that you can actually have something live on the internet, on your resume, so that you can say, I built this. How many of you can say that? I built this, all right? Now, I'm going to make a slight adjustment really, really quick, because this is just way too low for me. Let's go up to a good 70%. There we go. So, like I said, you can say now that I built this. That's more like it. That's why was it so low? It's like it was the air horn coming from 10 miles away. No, it's right here, because we are celebrating your hard work. Okay, so shout out to the tech barbarians, grinding it out every single day, ruthless, and that's why I want your heart to be ruthless, and you are going to go out there and get it, because guess what? Nobody cares, and nobody is coming to save you. All right, so that's my message to you. Let's get on with real quick. I'm going to share live shows. Monday morning, Wednesday morning. Tomorrow we're going to be starting around 7:45, 7:50-ish. Wednesday around 7:15. We're going to be continuing with our mobile development. I think I told the story yesterday, but I'm going to show it tomorrow about how I was going crazy on Thursday. I think I spoke about it on Thursday, actually. I don't know. But I was going crazy on Wednesday night and Thursday, because I thought I broke everything. But we're back on track. We're going to be testing out the ads. Everything is working. I'm going to show that off. And we are on our way to the app stores to get into test mode again, so that we can go live and we can have an actual app in the app stores. Anyone can download it, right? And then we'll figure out what we're going to do from there, right? But you built it with me, right? We did it together. We did it together. Sunday afternoons, we have our software explorations, we are continuing to work through Terraform, where we are building the infrastructure for our Poopy Pants app, which returns to you random David Goggins quotes. That is in the Mongo database that we're implementing. Well, right now, it's still in the Google Sheet, but very, very soon, it'll be pulling from Mongo with an API to add more quotes, right? It's, very, very basic, but if like, it might sound, it's very, very basic work, right? However, what you need to understand is the amount of work that has been put into this. You've seen on Sundays, all the infrastructure work. You've seen, you haven't seen, but so much like unit testing, automation testing, manual testing, writing the code for this stuff, and like all the that was weird. All the tools that are being used, VS Code. I'm using WebStorm, Terraform, Docker, Git, GitHub, doing pull requests, code reviews, all that type of stuff. This is the stuff that you're going to be doing every single day. And if wherever you're getting your training from, you're not getting these tools, then you're not going to be ready. You will not be ready. You will not be able to survive, all right? Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A sessions. So come join us, Q&A. If you have a question, you can call in. You can ask it in the chat. You can, and I also find questions that I found around the internet that people have, and we're just going to answer them together, give my insight, get some insight from my friends in the chat, all that good stuff. That's what we do on Tuesday nights. And then Thursday nights, we have more software explorations. We are working through API automation. We had just finished up API automation with Java and Rest Assured. Which one am I going into next week? I'm not sure yet. I might be looking at Postman automation and Newman. I'm not familiar with that at all. Or we might go into JavaScript, which I did just get a little bit more familiar with that one. So maybe we'll do JavaScript and then we can do Postman. And then I'll talk about it in a bit. And then we might end up going to some GraphQL before we go into BDD, right? So we have a whole runway of stuff to work on. And there's also API documentation. So we're just gonna fill it all in for the upcoming weeks. But this coming Thursday, we will most likely be doing automation with JavaScript, right? Very similar to what we did with Java and with Python, but we're gonna do the same thing, but this time with Node and stuff like that. So tune in, follow along. It's gonna be a roller coaster, but you're gonna be super, super informed, and you're gonna have a lot of fun with us, right? You're going to have a lot of fun with us, right? So that is our. Oh, and by the way, we had an amazing show yesterday about reviewing the weekly numbers. We will probably be doing that again this coming Saturday because Mitch gave the thumbs up on it. So we can do that. All right, let me jump in real quick to our pre-recorded content, and then we can get on with the show. So we have on Mondays Candid Conversations. Last week, I spoke about we are not friends. No, we're not friends, right? Because I want you to win. And if I'm super friendly with you, then I'm going to feel sorry for you. And then I'm going to hear you complain. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. It'll be like this, right? It'll be like, oh. And I don't want to feel sorry for you. I want you to win. So if you have poopy pants, go to the site. But also, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you're slacking off, I'm going to tell you you're slacking off. Right? So tomorrow's kind of conversation comes from frustration that I had this past week dealing with some people, and how you, and your car's going to laugh at this one, but you need to put yourself on a PIP, on a performance improvement plan, so I don't have to put you on one. Put yourself on. You know what? I have decided to live perpetually on a PIP, on a performance improvement plan, so that no one else has to put me on one, because I am looking to grow every single day, every single hour, every single minute. I'm looking for growth. So I'm putting myself on a PIP. Put yourself on a PIP so that I don't have to, so your boss doesn't have to, so that society doesn't have to, so that the world doesn't have to put you on a PIP. Put yourself on a PIP and keep it perpetually, and then you won't have to worry about anything else, all right? So that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. Tune in, noon, Eastern time, pre-recorded, premiering at noon. Ready to go. I'm going to schedule it as soon as we get off here. Wednesdays, we have software explorations. We're going to be talking about GraphQL. Thank you to Bridget, my tech barbarian, who gave me the idea of talking of GraphQL because I've been thinking about it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good opportunity to do it. So we're going to be, because I'm not too familiar with GraphQL. They use it a lot at my job, but I'm not familiar at all. So we're going to investigate and then at some point, we're going to sample it out. Fridays, we have the Bug Bite where we talk about different software industry bugs. This coming Friday, we're going to be talking about Google laying off its Flutter. Yes, its Flutter team. Yep. And it also laid off some employees. Well, not the team, but employees on the Flutter team and employees on the Dart team and employees on the Python team. All right. It's a tough pill to swallow, but we're going to read through it, see what it's about and go from there. And then we also have shorts as well as clips from the Q&A show that gets released throughout the week. All right. So a lot of stuff going on here, something almost every single day. Right. But hey, we are here to win. We are here to win. All right, let me check out the comments and then we are going to jump into like a monologue type thing, just a discussion, right? A discussion, because you see the title, right? And my guy, your car says, it's all good. You're only one man. Hey, I do what I can. I do what I can. Oh my, all right, stop the show. Stop the show. We have a celebrity in the building. We have Superman himself. Mitch is here. He says, black hoodie on, black Scully on, black boots on, black shades on. My grand entrance. You know what, Mitch? All right. Mitch, you kind of messed up the entrance by having it in two chats, You could have deleted it and then put it together. I know you might be on your phone, but you kind of messed up the entrance by, I'm just saying, all right? I'm just saying, but it is all good. It is all good. Welcome, Mitch. Welcome. And Mitch says, now, taking off the blazer. Thought you had a black hoodie on. Taking off the blazer. Loosening up the tie. Superman is alive. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome. Welcome, Mitch. All right. And hey. Tech Takeover. We are always shooting our shot like Jim Jones. Like Jim Jones. Ballin'. All right. We don't miss. All right. And it says add the second gig, but had to slide through to support the family. I appreciate you. And I'll see you. If you have to go, thank you for stopping by. Always appreciate the love. I will see you tomorrow morning at Technique Tips, and we'll hang out with him and then we'll go live, right? And your car says, of course, self-accountability. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow because I was so frustrated on Friday. I was about to record it and I was like, you know what? I can't do this. And I just shut it down. I'm like, we're going to, I'll talk about this Saturday morning where I'm calm down. And that's what you're going to see tomorrow. All the frustration being targeted but it's to help you. It is to help you win. All right. So let's get going. All right. What else we got? And we had a conversation one time, right? Tech Takeover. We had a conversation. He says, "Yeah, Coach Ralph, tough love ain't no slouch. He will kick you in the butt with love." I gotta tell you the truth, right? I gotta tell you the truth because I would rather tell you the truth instead of saying,
"Congratulations, you played yourself."
I don't want to say that. I want you to win, right? So sometimes we have to have these tough conversations in order to level up, right? And then Mitch says, nobody's scared of Ralph. Well, that is true. But I'm telling you, I was hitting him for 35 feet this morning, right? 35 feet this morning, all right? So just saying, all right? Anyways, let's get into the topic of conversation today. actually, before I top our conversation, we got to give out some housekeeping type stuff, right? So, like I had already said, where is this thing? All right, so we're gonna go over to. I'm still getting familiar with the Stream Deck over here. We're going to. All right, there we go. So we're gonna do this. So, like I said earlier, I want to say thank you again to Victor Williams Jr. for gifting those 5 memberships to the channel. Amazing! Like I tell you, the stream went off, and then everything popped up. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I'm like, you know what? I am going to thank him personally for those gifted memberships. And throughout the show, I will go back and I will thank him again because that was very, very unexpected and kind. And if you got a gifted membership from Victor Williams Jr., make sure you thank him. All right. Make sure you thank him. All right. Shout out to Victor Williams Jr. All right, next up, let's get to some housekeeping, celebrations, and announcements. So I just wanted to celebrate one of my tech barbarians. You guys all know Bridget. I gave her a challenge like about a week and a half ago. I said, hey, next time we meet, I want you to have something automated to show me like whatever it is. And when we met last week, I spoke about it. She showed it to me and it was great. And then the next day, Friday, she's like, oh, I'm done with it. And I got this whole little scenario going. And I'm like, what? I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Shout out to you. And I have other tech barbarians, right? Like I was saying earlier, like learning like from not knowing any of this stuff. They went through a boot camp. They didn't teach them any technology, right? So it's like here's part of the problem with the boot camps, right? They'll tell you like, okay, this is how you test stuff, but they don't teach you the tools that you're going to be using to test stuff. If you're working like building software, you're going to need to test in different environments, and who's going to show you how to use the tools? Like the engineers, they might show, okay, you're going to have to start it up locally. But they're not going to be holding your hand to say, okay, and now you're going to have to download Git, and now you're going to have to download Docker, and now you're going to have to download this and that and that. And then this is how you're going to connect to the database. They expect you to know this. You know, and that's why when I see all these people, they're like, oh, you know, no one wants to give us a chance, but your resume is trash. And you don't have any tangible experience. You just have, oh, I wrote 5 test cases in my lifetime. Oh, I found a pre plugged in defect that I was supposed to find. But so now when I see my tech barbarians, they're up early. They're going to sleep late. They are like pretty much messing up their computer in order to figure this stuff out. So on a call yesterday with Tech Barbarian T, right before we went live, right? I said, well, with this next story that you're going to be testing and learning Agile in the process, right? In the next story that we're going to be testing, you are going to need to get your Compass, which is used to connect to Mongo, working, right? So we got on a call, we uninstalled some stuff that was installed prior, and then boom, able to connect. Everything is working, testing done. Now automating it. From been with me less than 2 months. Been with me for less than 2 months, and it's almost becoming a pro in this stuff. I don't have to hold her hand to figure these things out. I'm like, all right, this story's ready to go. Boom, 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 boom. On it, independent. And now thinking about new ideas to help them expand and able to collaborate, have good communication skills, all of that good stuff. Shout out to the tech barbarians who are putting in the work every single day, who do not quit, who do not give up, who put in the work, all right? So that's what I'm saying. Announcements, and talk about in the nick of time, all right? We got my guy Ferris in the building. And this is hiding it. Hold on. Let me figure out how to get this off the screen. Hold on. We are that one. Okay. So my guy Ferris, the coach, is automating our lives. Look, I was hanging out with Ferris on his live stream on Friday. It was absolutely amazing. His very first live stream. absolutely amazing. We had a great conversation. I was in the chat, right? We had a great conversation. And he's giving the game about like what he plans to do using AWS, using like all the cybersecurity stuff. And I was like, dang, this is awesome. Like, so Ferris, do me a favor, drop your channel in the chat so people can go over there, because for everyone who's interested in cybersecurity, he's young, he has good content, he's very, very well organized. We got on a call afterwards, and I was like looking at his Miro board and everything like that. I'm like, hey, okay. Because like I see people use Miro at work, and I am trash in Miro. I'll tell you, I am absolutely trash in Miro. Like we'll get on it on a call, and I start moving people's stuff around. Like, oops, my bad, my bad. I mean, so shout out, and he said, Ferris also said, I'm a mod. I got a promotion. Hey, you got a promotion, all right? And we got a new person in the building. We got Kristen Madison in the building. What's going on, Kristen Madison? Hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel.
I appreciate you.
Man.
We the best.
Yes. All right. So I might be going overboard because this stream deck here looks so cool. And we'll talk about that in our, let me see what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about that in our first break, right? Our first week is going to be talking about pretty much trying to be different and cheap. Got me caught up, right? Got me caught up. All right. So that's what we're going to be talking about, but what I want to talk about right now though, is before a little breaking the ice type of conversation. I mean, might be like sinking the Titanic, but just bear with me here, right? So let's do this. Where did I have this thing? I guess I don't have it here. Let me see if I have it here. All right, here we go. So we'll put this one up, right? So motivation through frustration, right? That's what I just want to talk to you guys about right now. So I told you that I was super frustrated on Friday, and
I appreciate you.
Well. Shout out to you. Thank you. I didn't even get to read who else, but thank you so much, Austin. See, you guys are doing too much for me right here, because I'm trying to talk about my motivation through frustration, and then you're just giving me like appreciation and all this type of stuff. All right. So thank you so much. Shout out to you. All right.
We the best.
All right. So motivation through frustration. So I was telling you about like Friday night, I was about to record. I'm like, I can't do this. Jumped on the show with Ferris, and then I was like, all right, cool. This is good. And I'm working and I'm listening to him, and we're having conversation in the chat, learning a lot about his background and everything like that. It was great. So I could be frustrated, but I'm also motivated, right? Because a lot of the times the people that I come across, right, who I think there is a mindset issue that we'll be talking about tomorrow. But the mindset issue is the why you're going to do something. Because a lot of times, like so many people, like they're motivated by money, which guess what, right? I'm motivated by money too, right? I like money. But here's the problem, because you'll see these YouTube channels that say, oh, do YouTube automation, and it's going to like do these videos and all this stuff. And now they said, click on this link and you're going to get this tool that's going to generate some AI stuff for you. And then you're going to click on this tool, which is going to generate the video for you. And you're going to click on this tool. So now you're paying like $90 a month, right? And then you generate this content, this faceless stuff. And then you generate the content, and then you post it, and you get no views. But so the reason that I bring that up, right, is because we just keep falling for like get rich quick schemes. And I've come to realize that there's two different types of people who want to transition into tech. There's going to be the type of people who are like, well, they told me that in 6 months, I can get like 5 different jobs doing software engineering or something at the same time. Yes. Because a lot of the software engineers that I come across, it's tough enough to especially if you're really good, right? It's tough enough to be like a senior engineer, like managing like one project where it's like the company relies on you, and then you also have your own life, and you're also like you might have your own side projects, but working for like 3 different companies, right? That's tough enough, right? But they'll tell you, hey, you can like stack jobs one on top of the other. This is how you handle having multiple meetings and stuff like that, right? And I'm like, okay, so they get you in by the money. The money is what gets you in. So now you go in, and when you go in by the money, they get you to pay like $5,000 to $10,000, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, so that you can get the education that you need. And then what happens after that? What happens after that? Then you start applying for jobs. You finish the course, you get a little certificate, all this stuff. You apply, rejection. And if no reply is also a rejection, right? So when they email you, if they're kind enough to email you and say, oh, we're going with somebody else, that's a rejection. But if they also ignore you, ghost you, well, they don't ghost you. Like if you ignore, you're not ghosting, right? So if they ignore you, that's also a rejection, right? And he's like, oh, but why can't they respond? Well, you want them to respond and say, no, we're not interested. Like, it's like when you shoot your shot on Instagram, right? Or during a live stream, whatever, right? And they don't even respond to you. They don't even acknowledge you. They get rejected, right? Cool, perfect, no problem. So there's that type who's going after just for the money. And then there's the type who's going after it because they might have been in a career and they say, all right, this career is not the right one for me. I do want to make more money, but they're also passionate about the work that they do. The quality of their work that they do is also what matters to them, right? So, and they will like they'll learn, they might have done a boot camp, who knows, right? But they'll also be going after like learning and improving their skill and sharing and finding every opportunity that they have to grow, to level up, right? It's not just about, oh, I'm gonna just apply, and hopefully I get that one job who's going to offer me $200K on my first opportunity. Some people feel that they're entitled to be given a chance. I should be given a chance because I breathe. And I'm like, I'm gonna say this again. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody cares about you. Once you understand that, now we can start to work, right? So most people, I would say about 95% of people, might be too high, it might be too low. I don't know. Let me know. You guys let me know in the chat. Am I too high or am I too low? Most people still have a messed up mindset. Yesterday morning, Yakar and Mitch and I were talking about how these companies give so many different opportunities, so many different benefits that you can start at Walmart, for instance, as stocking the shelves, cashier, whatever else that they have, the person who unloads the trucks. And if you actually take on the opportunities that they give to go to Walmart University and stuff like that, even at McDonald's, they have like McDonald's I think McDonald's, I could be wrong, but they have benefits that they're trying to give you so you can grow and level up. And even if you don't level up in there, you can still use the education that you get there to apply it somewhere else. But we just want to complain and stay in the same spot and say, oh, we're entitled to this, we're owed to this. Nobody owes you anything, right? And so the two mindsets, those who go out there and get it versus those who think they deserve something. And that's what I get frustrated by. But however, through those frustrations, you still end up meeting people who actually put in the work. And that, above all else, is what I appreciate so much with like the people who put in the work and coming across like, because I'll tell you this, I came across somebody who they're not in tech, but they have an amazing idea that they need tech.
I appreciate you.
What? Oh, all right. You see, you guys are trying to distract me. Thank you so much for that. I see you guys. Welcome to the channel. You see, I'm on a roll, and then I'm like, oh, okay. But what I'm saying, I come across somebody who has a great idea for a software, for an app, right? And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And the first thing when I heard that you have an idea, I'm not thinking about, oh, well, I'm going to charge you this much to build it. Oh, you don't have any money. Like, no, I'm like, wow, well, you have an idea. Tell me about it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a cool idea. Well, I have a crew of people that they're learning and stuff like that. I can figure out how to build stuff, and we can at least get something started. And then, and do I want your money? No, not really, because I know like you're a person just like I am, who's just working day to day, trying to do cool stuff. You know what? We can be partners on this. Let's do equity. Let's do equity, and that way, if you win, then I win, and the people who are working with us who have invested in the success of this app, they win too. We all win together for those who are invested in it, right? I don't want people who are coming on with like, oh, I just want to make more money. I just want to make more money. And I'm like, all right, what are you going to do for it? I'm going to sign up for you to coach me, and then you're going to coach me how to make more money. No, I'm going to coach you how to be successful in the field of tech, how to learn the things that you need, right? And then we can actually build some really, really cool stuff that if they take off, we all make money, we all get paid. If they don't do anything, then we learned. So that's like, that's the motivation part, right? The motivation part is that through the frustration, like you're still going to come across great, excellent opportunities to work with amazing people and work with amazing ideas. But sometimes you just have to go through it to find because like I said, 95%. So finding that 5% is not easy, but when you do find them, it is totally, totally worth it. All right. So the last thing on this frustrated but motivated is, if you can't shift your mindset or attitude, because a lot of people tell you like, oh, never quit. I'm not going to tell you that. If you can't shift your mindset or your attitude, then you should quit. All right. Then you should quit. Get out. Maybe it's not for you. Tech is hard. Those who keep telling me tech is so easy, tech is so easy, tech is so easy. No, tech is hard. No, like if you speak English, right, or whatever is your primary language, right, and you can't speak another language, it's learning to code, at least to code, more than to code, like talking AWS. If I'm talking about Raw 53, ECS, ECR, EC2, all these stuff, right? ACM, that's another language. When I'm doing these streams and I'm going technical and stuff like that, and my dad might be watching, he's like, all right, this is where I tap out. That's another language. Like learning how to code in Python, Java, JavaScript, Dart, C#, Terraform, all of that stuff. That's another language. So when they keep telling me, oh, it's easy, and then you go and you sign up, and then you spend thousands of dollars, and then you come bitter and stuff like that because, oh, they're not helping me and stuff like that. Well, you're not putting in the work, because it might, like, don't get me wrong, I always say, like, the boot camps to get you started, I don't agree with the way that they market it, saying, oh, you're going to make $100,000 if you take this class when you're not qualified yet. That's the only part I disagree. But if you don't put in the work, then no one owes you anything. All right. So that is our introduction for the show. We are going to get to work. Before we go any further, do me a big favor. Do me a big, big favor. All right. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every single time that we go live and drop new content. And if you want to work with me to grow your skill set, to level up, go over to www.techcoachralph.dev, where you can get access to exclusive content, as well as the opportunity to join a higher tier where we can work one-on-one, give some coaching, work on a project so that you can build valuable experience and have something out there in the public domain to say that I built this. All right. All right. Well, after all of that, I guess it's time to work. Okay. So let's check the chat real quick and then we'll get to work. Okay. So we have Ferris plugged in his channel. You guys go subscribe to Ferris. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing content, especially if you're in cybersecurity. It's going to be amazing content. I was like, I'm out. He's going to be working on a project, setting up something with AWS and all this type of stuff. And it's going to be so fun. So go check it out. All right. Go check it out. It says, here we go. But it was Notion. I thought you had pulled up Miro board as well, but I could be wrong. Notion is the best application made. I learned to code if I learned to code, I would make a copy. And it says, I need that. I got you. All right. And let's see what else we got. Ferris like faces AI channels, and it says, thank you. Time to get to it. Maybe I will do data project, and you can roast me cleaning my hair. There you go. Like it's so much content that we can make, right? There's so much content that we can make, And Mitch says, I saw a video today that actually made me mad. Take a boot camp. You can get entry level data role. Entry level. What's entry? That's what I'm always wondering. Like they say, oh, entry level QA. I'm like, I have not seen an entry level QA role in the United States for a very, very long time. I know one person that I know of who got hired last year, who like at a somewhat entry level role, and the only reason that they got hired, and trust me, they're doing an amazing job. I'm hoping to get them on the channel to have a conversation with them. But the only reason they end up getting the job is because that they were the second choice. The person that they went to hire, they ended up accepting a different offer, and then they said, oh well, we did like you a lot. Do you want to are you open to? And she was like, oh hell yeah, I'm open, right? And well, she didn't say hell yeah, but you know what I mean, right? So it's it's so And we got, so Ferris says, I feel like entry level is a new buzzword now for sales. Probably. I mean, now, because now I see a lot of, one thing I do see, I could be wrong, but I hear it a lot is that when people go into they take a tech sales course, then there's opportunity to get in there, which if that's true, that's why you should go check out Techniques Tips, Joseph and Trey, find out more about tech sales. But if you can get a role in tech sales and then level up in tech that way, by all means, go do it. I always say, find your entry way in and then grow from there. So I don't know. And we got my guy Junior in the building. My newsfeed is full of Tech Coach Ralph, and that's how it should be. It should be full of Tech Coach Ralph and Anton Daniel's channel, right? So that's how we roll. We put so much content that is helpful and informative. And Junior says, shout out for this amazing content. You know what?
I appreciate you.
We the best.
And guess what?
They ain't believing us.
They did not believe in us, but we are here. We are here Sunday afternoon, working, getting it in. All right, and we're almost 45 minutes in, and I'm just rambling. We gotta get to work. And versus, you mean I'm not entitled to my 6 figures with no skill set? No, you're not. Maybe 99,999, possibly, but that 100K on the dot, absolutely not. All right. And Varys says 6 figures is the new minimum wage. It might as well be. And see, there goes the game right here, right? And Mitch and I were talking yesterday, saying, oh, we don't have this information. I'm like, I went to orientation at every single company that I went, even before, when I got hired, and they give you the benefits, oh, these are the benefits. We'll contribute to your HSA, right? There's the 401k policy. We're going to be matching 4 or 5, 6%, right? There's unlimited PTO, whatever the and then there's tuition reimbursement at some places. There's you get access to a Coursera or Udemy, whatever the case may be. And they're also open to suggestions, right? So that's why I'm like, you know what? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So just saying. And Mitch, being kind for now, says, I'm not that bad. Not gonna roast you. Maybe just guide. All right. And I'm afraid of the just use water advice. Oh, all right. So Victor Williams Jr. is officially here. So because you're here, I want to thank you again. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but I want to thank you again for gifting those 5 memberships to the channel. Shout out to you, Victor Williams Jr.
We the best. Another one.
That's not the one I meant to press, but good enough. Good enough. All right. So just saying thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the support. All right. I appreciate the support. All right. So let's continue and all right. Okay. All right. So we got Maddox 12 in the building saying the Agile coach has been fired. You know, so I really appreciate you all, right? I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. We're out here winning, right? And I want to, like I said, if you guys haven't seen the video from last week called We're Not Friends because I want to see you win. That's the other part of it. We're not friends, but it's because I want to see you win. And I want to be able to tell you the truth. When I see you slacking off, say, hey, you got to get it together. Like if you're supposed to be taking a course and it's taking you 6 months to finish it, something is wrong. Hey, get your butt to work, right? Get your butt to work. Okay? Just saying, all right? So, all right. I think we're good. Let's get to it, right? I'm talking too much, right? Let's get to it. So, what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be working on Terraform. I think I have to set up my screen. So, give me a second to set up my screens because I was unplugged. And let's see here. Let me go to this one is the screen. We are going to go to this and do that one here. And that's good. And we're going to say the other screen. Move that one. I am becoming a pro in this new software. Like I'm using ECM now. I was using OBS before. It was giving me a little bit of trouble. So now I'm using ECM and I'm becoming a pro with it. I am becoming a pro, I must say. All right. So, you know, and you like, I was talking to Ferris the other day on Friday night after your stream. I'm like, hey, let me and we fixed some stuff in OBS, right? I'm willing to help the people who are putting in the work, doing great content. I'm willing to help, and you know, we just work together, we build together. All right. So let's get to it. All right, we are good to go. So you know, did it? I don't know if it worked. We'll find out. Yep, it's good. All right. So let's get to it, right? So let me put up our first timer. And I got what I used to have working in the other, when I was using OBS, working again. So ready for our first 20 minutes?
It's time to do.
Did you guys miss that? Right? We're here. We got our first 20 minutes going. We are going to jump to this one. Let's see. All right. We are in WebStorm right now. We're going to get first we're going to check out the branch, right? I told Tech Barbarian T yesterday, I said, look, if Udemy is still having a sale right now, go and get this Git course because becoming proficient in Git is going to help you so much. Because why is that? Why is becoming proficient in Git going to help you? Because knowing how to navigate through checking out branches, creating new branches, pushing up branches, pulling in branches, reverting branches, restoring branches. What's the other one? I'm missing one. Rebasing branches, all that type of stuff. Super, super important. Learning how to navigate through GitHub, super, super important. So that you can confidently talk about what you're doing. And when you start the job, you're not like trying to figure it out, asking for help, because guess what? I don't believe that you should be helped in the basics, right? You need to know the basics and get helped with how does the application work at work? What is it that you're going to be doing? And get orientation on that, not in how to do basic stuff like Git and stuff like that. How to pull in a repo, that you need to know. So get familiar with Git, all right? So we're going to be checking out, we're going to do Git, check out Terraform. And now we're on our Terraform branch, and we're going to go to inside the folder of CD, Terraform, and then Docker, and then we're here, ls, and we see all of our files in here. Now we're going to do Terraform apply, and by doing Terraform apply, we're going to set up all of our infrastructure. We're going to shift to the other screen once we get our URL for our load balancer. And then we're going to make sure the application is showing, and then we shall be able to start working on Route 53, all that good stuff, taking care of, and then the certificate manager, right? So that's what we're doing. Quick recap, and we're good. Last week we were able to get the load balancers working. Looks perfect. Let's see if this is going to give us any errors. Terraform apply. What? Nope. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Ha! Ooh, that was a close one. I was like, what in the world? Terraform apply. All right, there we go. And now you're gonna see magic in the making. I was telling Ferris this in the chat on Friday. I said, have you considered using Terraform? I'm like, look, whatever you're gonna do it manually in the AWS console. Which that reminds me, I have to show, like, once we go to the other screen, I'm gonna show the AWS console that I was mentioning to Ferris on the stream. But Terraform is what I'll do is, for those who aren't familiar. So this is Terraform code, right? This was creating the Elastic container registry, like, so where it stores our Docker image. This code right here is creating a load balancer. This code is creating the auto scaling group. This is for logs. This is the ECS plan, where it's creating the container service for our application to run on. All that stuff, right? So that's the Terraform code, but everything that you see here, I had to figure out how to do it manually in AWS, which that takes hours. But now you're gonna see me do this, like, so with all this infrastructure that we built over the past months, we're going to do yes, and now it's going to build up our total infrastructure. And while it's doing that, now I can go to the other screen, and I'll be monitoring for when it's done. But if I go to the other screen, right here, all right, so there goes my AWS cost. But so Ferris, this right here is the AWS console, where you can do all of the setting up and stuff like that. So that's what I was referring to, like when you were mentioning in the like its terminal, there is an AWS CLI, but this is the console part. All right, this is the console part. All right, so what I'm gonna do while it's doing this, I'm gonna go to Elastic Container Service, and that way you'll be able to see this stuff getting created, right? So this right here is in the process of being created. Right now you see no services, no task running. If I click into it, so while Terraform is doing its thing, setting up the infrastructure, it should start to come up. Should, right? It's creating the load balancers right now, creating the gateways, all that type of stuff. And I always like to go look at it because it makes me feel good. It, like, seeing the stuff work, and that I don't have to do this manually over and over and over again, and then having to, I forgot to delete this, and now I have to pay a bunch of money. Where in Terraform, which we'll do at the end of the show, where I'm going to tear it down, is going to tear down all of the infrastructure. Or actually, I might leave it up today because we have to do a sampling to see how much it's going to cost to run on ECS versus to run on the Elastic Beanstalk that we have. But let's go ahead and let's refresh to see if anything is up yet. Not up yet. All right, it's still creating. All right, cool. No worries. But yeah, this is the console. So we can navigate around. This is like for creating your EC2 instances. We can go and look at, see if the load balancers are being created, right? So it's creating these load balancers right now, right? Let's see. And so it's still creating the load balancers. If we click into here, and you'll see what it's doing, it's probably going to be creating up the listeners and all that type of stuff. But all of this stuff, right? If we go back over to this, it is you see, like, it created the routing tables. It's creating it's still working on the application load balancer, all that stuff, right? And that's why I, me, I love automation. That's why I really like this Terraform stuff, where I can pretty much automate my infrastructure. If we did Elastic Beanstalk some months ago, where we had to also do load balancers, but now having to come back and do it again, I'm getting a better understanding of how the load balancers work, right? So, all right, so now if we go back over here, and we go to Elastic Container Service, now you should see some more stuff. So now you see here, before this was like no task running. Now we have one of them is pending. And it's getting it started. And that's why I say like I'm a beast, right? Not to give myself a pat on the back, but I like if there's something I need to figure out, I'm gonna go and figure it out. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's just no one's showing me how to do it. I'm gonna do the research and do what I have to do to figure it out. And that's why since September we've been working on this, and I've learned so much. We started off with taking a Udemy course, right? And then I'm like, okay, you know what? I haven't looked at the Udemy course for Terraform in it's like December. I think I had looked at it a little bit when we were starting out the ECR part, but then after that, I'm like, okay, I'm figuring it out on my own, Googling, using documentation, all of that stuff. This is what we do here. This is what we do here, and that's the purpose of this channel. All right, so let's go. So let's see. All right, so let me see what's going on. Refresh this. Now our task is running. So let's go back over here. And if we were to take this right here, the ABL host name, we copy that and we take it over to here and we paste and go, or paste, and we enter. What? Hold on. Why? Oh, because there's a quote at the beginning, right? We go here and we enter. Why are you? Oh, temporary unavailable. Well, that's better than what we had before. But why is it temporary unavailable? This should be working. Let's do some digging. That's weird. Let's go over here. So it's loading, but with issues. Why is it temporarily unavailable? Thank you. Let's see what's going on. Let's go over to here. Should have loaded. Got 2 tasks running. Why do we have 2 tasks running? Hold on one second. This doesn't make any sense. Did I add a second task or something? Oh, let me see. I'm literally confused right now. What is this? Let's see. That's correct. This is also correct, but I don't need 2. All right, let's go figure out what's going on here. Did I add 2 of them somehow? So we have task definition here. Starting that up. Load balancer. Depends on this. All right, let me make sure there's no weird information in this file. Let me see. App count is 1. All right. That is weird. Let me see. Why is there 2 of them showing up though? Let me see if there's more than one of these. Only task definition, ARN. I'm not sure why there's 2 of them loading. Let me see. So it's always something, right? Let me see. So oh, okay. So there were two. Now there's one. So now if I go and I refresh this, is it going to show up? No. Let's see. That is so weird. 503. Let's see here. So this is running. Let's check out the load balancers. Check out this one. Let's see here. Why would you have that? Secure. Let's check the logs possibly. See if we have any logs. No logs here. Let's go to here. Logs. It says one failed. That's so weird. I don't even know why there's two. And maybe it's like going to this one in the load balance. View load balancer. Let me see what happens here. Network mapping. So the load balancer is actually working, but it's something with the application that is trying to access that. It's getting confused or something. Let's do. Try something. Let's go to try to fix it manually first, and then we'll fix it. One deployment failed. One running because it would have failed because it was trying to do it on. Probably they were both like trying to push the same port. Let me see. No logs. Tasks. Let's go to any. Let's go to this one. Task failed. ELV health checks. Elastic Cloud balancing. Logs. Networking. Let's see if I try that with. Well, this one is the one that's not working. Let's go to here. Here. Let's see if I go here. Well, not giving me the IP. Let's say we copy that. Let's say we put this here in 3000. No. 80. No. But this one is not working. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back and tear everything down. Right. So because that is so. I don't. Let me look at actually. Let me look at this. Right. Because I don't see any I don't know why I would have created a second one. PPQ cluster. Let me actually search for. Do they have the ID here? Let me see. If we go to here. I got two. See, this is so weird. I have two tasks running. This is so weird. Why do I have two running? 34 seconds ago. Something's not right. Something's not right. All right, we're gonna shut it down and then we're gonna start it up over again. Terraform, destroy. Something is not right. We have everything going here, so this is good. But something's happening when we see something real quick. All right, so we're gonna say yes to destroy. There must, I don't know. Because, let's see. So this is good. Yeah, you're just gonna destroy it and bring it all back up because that's weird. That is so weird that everything gets set up, but we're not getting. It's not pulling up the application, which last week it did.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
Last week it did. So while it's shutting down, we're going to go to break. We're gonna go to break. It's gonna shut down. We're gonna bring it back up, see if that makes a difference, and if so, then we'll do the Route 53. This is unexpected because last week we just brought it up and we did all the work that we had to do. But hey, this is tech. Like I said earlier, tech is hard. A lot of troubleshooting, a lot of trying to figure things out, and no one's gonna give it to you, right? So you have to figure it out. And that's what we do here. We figure things out. We go out there and get it. We go out there and win. All right. So we are at break. Let's go ahead and let's see where we at. We are going to let's go to our first break topic. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. And the first topic of the first break. Ignorance can be very, very costly. All right. So what do I mean by that? I'm going to use myself, for example. I am bringing myself to the front of the congregation. All right. So back in December, I was like, all right, I need a way to help control the stream, all that good stuff. And I got a Razer stream controller, right? I was talking about it earlier. And it's pretty much a loop deck, but Razer off-branded it, right? Let me see I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there it is right here, right? Razer loop deck, right? And it's pretty cool. It has Razer stream controller, pretty much the same exact thing as a loop deck. And it's pretty cool. Like it has these knobs and stuff with these buttons and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, this is different because I honestly didn't understand how the stream decks work. I thought that it's like the one, for example, with like 6 buttons or something like that. And it's like, okay, you have these 6 buttons, you can program to those. And I didn't understand how like you can put multiple buttons. So I thought, all right, let me get this loop deck. I can have like 7 pages of stuff and whatever, right? And I didn't really use it much because I was using my iPad to control stuff. And then when I switched, I think when I switched softwares, I was like, okay, well, there's an integration for loop deck with ECM. And it was working fine. But then loop, there was like a firmware upgrade, and right in the middle of a stream, I can't press buttons, right? I'm trying to press the buttons and they keep freezing on me. I'm like, what's going on? Like if I press it right, it might be frozen. Who knows? And I'm like getting so frustrated. So yesterday I reached my tipping point. And I'm like, all right, let me, I'm trying to, because, and this is what made me so upset yesterday at ending the stream. I was like, you know what, forget this. I felt like wiping the whole entire stream yesterday on numbers off, like just taking it down because of this one reason right here. This one reason. We always end the show letting everyone know that this is Mitch's favorite part of the show, right? Not because I'm ending the show, I'm not going to be there anymore, but because we all know that the price of the brick is always going up. So I'm trying to do the price of the brick is going up. This thing, I can't reset it. I can't press the button for the price of the brick is going up. And what better way to end a show talking about money, economic numbers, all that, with letting everyone know the fact that the price of the brick is going up. I was highly, highly upset. And I said, you know what? Forget this. I'm gonna have to invest in a stream deck because I was trying to be different. Like, you know, I'm not gonna, because everyone has a stream deck. I don't even understand how it works. Oh, you know, Razer is a cool gaming software company. I have the Razer keyboard that I don't use anymore. I have the Razer mouse that I barely use. I have and the stream controller, and I have like these 7 pages of 12 buttons that I can program and all this type of stuff, right? And but when things don't work, I get upset. When people don't work and do what they're supposed to do, I get upset. I get frustrated. And so my ignorance of not doing the proper research to understand how the stream deck works and trying to be different, like, oh, you know, everyone has a stream deck. Let me use this Razer. Now, like setting up this. So now I wasted like the whole day yesterday and this morning setting up the stream deck, which is pretty much the same exact thing I had to do for the Razer, for the stream controller, setting up the stream deck. And I'm like, oh, there's a lot more options. I have a lot more buttons. So I spent the same amount of money on this bigger stream deck, right? This one right here, you know, this one. And I have so much control over it, and I have way more buttons. So now, like I had pretty much used like 5 or 6 out of the 7 pages on the stream controller, and here I'm barely up to page 3, and I have folders and stuff, right? And I'm like, huh. Not doing the proper research, being ignorant to the way, like, because I could have found out that all the different ways that it works, but I didn't know. And now
Move on, back to work, chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work.
Oh, we never hit this one. We'll figure it out. We shall figure it out. Anyways, so all that I'm saying is that do your research. Don't be ignorant. You know, sometimes we try to be all different and stuff like that. Well, we should be unique. We should be different, but to the things that matter. Trying to be cool and using this Razer stream controller, and it's like, and then you get this one, and it's like, oh, there's so much more powerful, right? So, and I'm not sponsored or anything, but I'm just having a, you know, now I have to get familiar with this tool. When I was like getting familiar with this one, but because it's freezing and not allowing Mitch to say the price of the brick is going up and messing up my stream, I'm like, all right, we have to do this, right? So that's what I mean by ignorance can be very, very costly. All right. So That is our topic for the first break. We're going to check out the chat and then we will get back to work. Do I have a way to get rid of this thing? I don't know. I know what I did wrong. Okay, cool. No worries. No worries. I'll get that taken care of after this show. I'm going to fix getting the clock to disappear when it is done because you're banished. Once you get to 0, you're banished. All right. So let's check the chat real quick and we shall continue. So we have, let's see here. There we go. All right. So we have Mitch talking about your stream was live. It sure was live. You know, we had a great time talking about stuff like his interview that he had earlier on in the day. We were talking about the project that he's going to be working on his channel, like the schedule. I think you said Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, if I'm not mistaken, Ferris. I think that's what you said. But, you know, guys, go check. Ferris, drop the link in the chat again. You know, I want you guys to go check it out because I'll talk about cybersecurity stuff, but Ferris lives cybersecurity. Great insight, the tools that he's going to be using. He'll probably share about his interview experience as well and how he was able to make them say wow and joke with them and stuff like that. Good stuff. Good stuff. And he says, yes, straight 1 hour talking. Yes, he was talking. He was talking for 1 hour, you know. And he says he's used to that. All right. So Bear says AWS and these names. What the heck is a beanstalk? For real. Look, when I found out about Elastic Beanstalk, I was like, what in the world is this? But Elastic Beanstalk is used to host applications. I was able to host the app on it. I was able to host the current app, the Poopy Pants app, which you should get in the chat, click on it, check it out, see the quotes. But it's what's hosting it, and you can use it to host like Node.js apps and stuff like that. So that's what it is. And Mitch letting us know. He's letting us know, right? Because if you ain't know, now you know that Mitch is him. All right. And Mitch says, impossible takes a day. Difficult takes a week.
We the best.
Yes, we are. And Mitch says, you crazy? Canceled the stream from yesterday? I know I didn't waste my time. I did notice that though. My analyze had on, and that's why I didn't cancel it. But it was just that I was so upset at the end that I couldn't do the price of the brick was going up that it felt like almost a wasted show. But the value that you and your car brought to the show yesterday, I have to keep it up. Maybe I can edit it to add the price of the brick is going up, but maybe not. Maybe not. All right. So we shall see. All right. So Ferris says, sometimes the hype is worth getting on board with. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. And it is very, very shiny. It is very shiny. And Mitch says, Ferris, I'm going to try to catch it. Everyone should catch the next one because it was dope. I learned a lot about Ferris. I learned a lot about like what he works on and the projects that he's going to be working on. Absolutely amazing. If I'm telling you that I'm interested in these projects, then you know it's going to be good because you see the crazy stuff that I work on. I was talking to somebody from some people from AWS for work the other day, right? And they were like showing me how to get something that we need done. And they was like, yeah, you can live stream on how to set it up. And I was like, I probably will. And then one of the guys was like, are you trying to put what? Oh, okay. Oh, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Look at that. Look at him coming through. Be peace. Still coming. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Be Peace. gifted 5 Tech Coach Ralph memberships. We have all these people becoming a tech mercenary. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you received a membership, a gifted membership from B Peace, go ahead and thank her. Thank her in the chat. Shout out to B Peace for donating, for gifting 5 memberships to the channel. Salute to you all. All right. So awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Okay. So see, I forgot what I was saying. Right. But we're going to get back to work. All right. So let's do it. All right. So here's what happened, which is expected. Thank you so much. B Peace. I appreciate it. And thank you for sharing with everyone else. You see, you could have just bought a membership for yourself, but you bought it for 5 people. Thinking about others, right? That's what we do here. All right, let's get to it. Let's put up another 20 minutes on the clock.
Let's go!
All right. So we've got over here. And we got, all right, so everything was torn down. This is not going to get torn down because it has the images, but the thing I don't understand is why is it, maybe I should do, I think I know what I need to do. I think I should do it depends on, like, this can't get created before the load balancers are done. So I wonder if we have a option to do depends on, and we're going to say it depends on we look at here, and we're going to say it depends on this being ready, or it depends on this being ready. So let's go with here, AWS ALB dot main. So what this should be doing is waiting until this is up and running. Is that the other way around? Let me see. Let's do a quick check, because I might be getting it backwards. So this should not even be here anymore. If we refresh, it's gone. All right, cool. So the question is, should ECS? I think it's going to be the load balancer that gets. Oh, I don't know. Should the ECS task be created before the load? I'll say the cluster actually. Say that because the task can be created, but the cluster, should the ECS be created before? ECS cluster without load balancer. I guess the cluster should be created first. Let's see if we can go back to that. Actually, let me try to go back to that page that we had looked at, because I just want to see in the order of operations where it goes. Because let me see which file, because something has to depend on something. That I know. So network. Let's look at this article again. And let's go and pull it up here. And let's see. All right. So the first thing that he creates is, all right, that we know that. So the VPC is first, and the very last thing that gets created. So let me see if there's anything that says depends on. So the AWS EIP, I don't remember creating one of these. Let's see, what file is this one? This is the network file. So we're in the network file, and there is a NAT thing. Okay, we got that in there. So that's the only depends on that's in there. ALB. So there's, you told me there's, okay, so there's more. So there's this depend on. So let's make sure that that depend on is in there as well. This is the auto scaling file. And let's do a search in there. Okay, it's there. And let's go to another one. Which one is this one? This file is the ECS cluster. All right, so there, okay, there's a bunch of depends on in here. The front end, I thought I had this one though. So let's see the ECS plan. And in the cluster file, so resource cluster. Oh, you see that? Well, no, there was only, so, all right. It was only these two that had to depend on. Let's see, what is there any other depend on? So we have 3. What's 3? This is on in the auto scaling. We saw that one. This is probably have this one too. This is in the auto scaling as well. So we should have 2 depends on in the auto scaling. Okay, we got that. And then there's the first one. There's the second one. Guess we can start it again. I'm really not sure why that happened, but whatever. I mean, I'm gonna start it again. Maybe, I don't know. That's weird. I think part of the problem is also doing it in increments that when we go and do the whole thing, sometimes weird stuff happens. But we do want to, I'm gonna start looking up Route 53. Let's do because worst case scenario, right? Even if we have I can always troubleshoot this 503 error, but we can still start setting up a Route 53 to point to this 503 error, which is not the application, but that's a different story, right? So what I'm going to do, I am going to create a new file, and I'm going to call it route 53.tf, and I'm going to say ECS. Route 53.tf. Add that to the Git repo. We're going to say resource, AWS route 53. I don't remember exactly how to do it, but we can, let's find out, right? I'm going to go over to the other screen while it's doing its thing. And we're going to do setting up route 53 to point to ECS. There's a good point to load balancer in Terraform. How can I create? Oh, I guess we can try this one. And it should be as simple as this. Add DNS, ALB, da da da, and we shall do. And we're going to need to add in our subdomain at DreamHost. So while that's happening, I'm going to go log into DreamHost. You can go to this screen real quick. And we're going to log into DreamHost. And I'm going to navigate to websites, manage websites. And then I'm gonna go to, oh, I don't even think, I think everything is managed actually I think everything is being managed at Amazon. So cool. All right, cool. So let's go over. So I might not even need it. All right, so let's do this. We'll figure it out as we go along. I am going to take I'm gonna start typing it in what the thing is. All right, so AWS dot route 53 dot record, and we shall call this PPQ underscore route 53 ECS record. And it's going to tell us that these things are required. And this is supposed to be done. So, I say ELB. Should it be ALB? I don't know. So weird. Still showing up that 503, but we'll figure that out. I don't know. Let me see something. Out ALB host name. Output ALB host name. ALB main DNS. Mm-hmm. So weird. Target group. Anyways, whatever. Let's continue with this Route 53, and then we'll figure that out afterwards. So we have here, and we're going to give it a name of, and I'll just be looking at this over here. So, we got name is going to be, let's call it ECS dev dot poopypets dot app, and type is going to be CNAME, and the zone ID is going to be AWS underscore route 53 zone. So I guess I have to create a zone first, maybe? Let me see. Oh, replacing I don't know what my zone ID is. Ah. So if we do US LB dot main dot, no. Okay, so there goes the zone ID. And then name. Records. And that's going to be, I don't know what that primary zone ID is. Oh, you know what? My mouse. All right. Let me see. Gotcha. All right. So, maybe we need to do then. Oops. So, records, AWS, ALB. I have one for LB. LB dot main dot DNS name. And we're going to say let me pull up the I don't know why this is acting like that way. But let me pull up the pull up Route 53 in here. Let's go to here. And we're gonna go here. Yeah, I thought I was just gonna do Terraform up and then everything was gonna start working. But apparently there were some different plans in mind. All right, so we have Poopy plans right here. I'm gonna click on that. And we can look at some of the prior code. So let's look for Route 53 in here. So this is the old one. Let's go search for. Okay, this is the new one, top level domain. But if you don't have a top level domain, we also set up a www. So AWS zone. Route 53 setup. This is for the subdomain, Route 53. For top level domain. This one is a little bit more messier than the other one, but let's see, 53 for www. I already have this one. So if this one already exists, how can I tap into this existing one? Alias, let me see. Route 53 for www, data, AWS Elastic Beanstalk hosted zone. For the alias. So we can do it. We can actually do it as an alias. I still don't have a zone ID. That's going to be a little bit tricky. Or I can do it as a subdomain for yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. So we'll do a subdomain in this one. So this is going to be here. And we're going to say this is going to be here. And AWS, Poopy Pants, ECS, dev, ECS, dev URL. And that's correct. So let's put this side by side, right? Let's put this side by side. Not this one. So we got this first one, and we have the name. And then we have resource, PPQ record. Let's change this to an A record. And we're going to do zone ID, which is going to be...
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Let's finish this one up, and then we can go to break. We're going to say AWS route 53 underscore zone dot zone ID. You got that, and then the zone ID is AWS Elastic or under evaluate. So let's get rid of this. Oops. Let's see. Alias name is Terraform CName. What's CName? Let's take a look at what this is now. Elastic Beanstalk. Let's see what these C names are. So the difference with this one is it's not hosted at AWS. So, well, I can use this because, all right, so we have this AWS here. All right. Guess we could add it to that one, but I'm trying to keep it separate. All right, and then Elastic Beanstalk, hosted zone. So let's try it with the load balancer, right? So AWS ALB dot main dot DNS name, and here we're gonna go AWS ALB dot main dot zone ID. All right, let's try that. Is it going to work? I have no idea. I have absolutely zero idea. We are just trying to figure it out, right? So I'm not even showing you. I've been typing a bunch of stuff. So I just pretty much set this up based on how I did the other one. That's using Elastic Beanstalk. I'm trying to do the same thing here using this ECS dev domain, right? So the hope is when we go to it that it should at least bring up our 50 or 503 page. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So let's do a Terraform apply. Then we can go to break. And yes. This should be really quick because right. Modifying some stuff. While it's doing that, let's go to break. All right, so crazy. But we're here. We are here. We do not miss. Let's go ahead and let's put up our 5 minutes on the clock. All right, so 5-minute break. Let's do it. So in our next break, we are going to be talking about, our topic of discussion is going to be, we're going to be reviewing an email that I got from ASTQB, the American version of ISTQB. All right. So let me pull the email up. Put the email up. And I'm just very, very curious about this. All right. So where is, pop it out. There we go. All right. So let's read this together. All right. So I'm going to switch over to the other screen. Here. And let's go put our all right, so reviewing an email received from ASTQB during our break, okay? So let's go over to here. So this is the email, all right? The email subject is how to get promoted in software QA, all right? So listen up, folks. We are going to share, according to ASTQB, American Software Testing Qualifications Board, okay, the ISTQB certification in the United States. Earn the promotion, all right? So how to get promoted in software QA? That's what so many people want to know. How can you, well, I mean, they want to know as well how to actually get into software QA, which I'm sure they have a formula to do, which so many people who got their ISTQB certification still are not working in QA. And if they have got one, it might be like a role way below what they thought they were going to get. Possible, right? But let's read. How to get promoted, right? A manager summarized the secret to rapid promotion. I proved I could do the next job while I was still in my current job. I agree. What? You're agreeing with ISTQB? Well, it's true. They proved that they could do the next job while still in their current role. All right. Yes, I agreed with them. Right? I agree. Let's continue. How do you prove you can do the next job? How do you prove you can do the next job? So, how do you prove that you can do the next job? Well, you add ISTQB certification from ASTQB and AT asterisk or AT times SQA. What the is that? Right? So, in order to prove you can do the next job, you get a certification. Did you see that coming? You study for a test to prove you can do the next job. You know how many people I've come across who are ISTQB certified? A lot. You know how many of them can answer a simple QA question? Zero.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So, and then they'll apply, and then all of a sudden you hear,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Poor Nate. Always calling on Nate. Calling on Nate. So let's continue reading, right? ISTQB certification proves you have advanced knowledge. Foundation level gets you started. The advanced level ISTQB certifications like test manager, test analyst, technical test analyst, and agile technical tester prove you are ready for the next step. Add specialty ICQB certifications like AI testing, test automation engineer, and performance testing. You've built a strong case for a promotion. Nice. That's what they want you to believe. I don't know if I have ever hired someone who is ISTQB certified. Now, one of my best friends works, like the company that she works for, they have government contracts and stuff like that. And because the government doesn't know any better, they don't know their left foot from their right foot.
Get a move on, back to work. Chop, chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to
Why
work,
is this
back
thing
to work.
starting again? I don't know. What in the world is that? I gotta figure out what's going on with that one, but let's get it off the screen regardless. I know what's going on. Okay, cool, no worries. But they asked their company to have someone who was ISTQB certified. And my friend did go out there and get certified. But her and I, we have been working in the QA field for the past 12, 13 years. I mean, I've been working in QA for like the past 15 years, and she was, actually, no, I take that back. She started working with me, but she was working prior to me, right? So we've been working for like, and she never, like, I could be wrong, but I don't think she had it prior, or if she did, she didn't renew it or something like that. But because the government was asking for their company to get it, she was the most experienced. So she's all right, cool, she got it. And does she use it? I would say absolutely not. So let's continue. Let's continue to all my IST, like the ones who are dying to get certified in QA, which they still probably can't do a Git command. They can't start up a Node app via Docker or start up a Node app, through the terminal. See, for me, if you want to level up, if you want to get promoted in QA to become like a senior QA or a level 2 or be doing automation tests, then you actually have to do it. How do you prove you can do the next job? You actually do the next job. Like what? Like you prove that you can do the next job by passing a test? Is this what we're doing here? You prove you can do the next job by actually passing a test. Passing a test is, how many people pass tests, right? Like if I study really, 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 really hard for a, let's say, mechanic certification, and I know all the answers and I boom, boom, boom. I'm a great test taker and now I have to work on a car. And I go under the car. I'm like, what the hell? I don't know what I'm looking at. This is crazy. And when I read this email, I'm like, are you serious? Like the way you get promoted is by passing a test, like getting certified? I mean, is it something cool to have and hang on your wall? I guess. I mean, I'd rather have my on the other side. Where is it? I'd rather have my jujitsu picture hanging over my desk. Maybe my belt promotion certificate. But I've proven for the last 15 years that I can do the job by actually doing the job. When I'm at work, I'm jumping into Terraform and to Docker and to whatever, proving that I can do the job. I look to prove myself every single day. I wake up in the morning like, what can I do today to prove myself? And it's never crossed my mind to go and get some certification in QA that I know how to And then they start asking you all these like big worded questions and making it super complicated. I'm like I asked a question like, well, I would check the flux capacitor and do this and that and this and that. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, just give me the answer. Like, is it like, it's a yes or no? It's a yes or no question. Like you're giving me a whole soliloquy where the answer is like 1 or 2. Like I just want 1 or 2. I asked a question a long time ago for a number and they gave me like a whole Pythagorean's theorem and stuff like that. I'm like, all right. So this is what you guys are dying over, right? No, thank you. I will take any single day, actual true experience on how to work on stuff. Let me see the test that you've written. Like I would value you taking a boot camp more than the certification, because at least on a boot camp you put your hands on something instead of just like passing a test. But that's how you get promoted in software QA. You go and you and this is the market, and this is the same idea behind the boot camps that I'd be talking about, right? Where they're telling you that this is what they're telling you. They're telling you that if you just take this course, you are like, how does they say? I'm going straight to the bank with this one. They say you're going straight to the bank with this one, and I'm like, I call cap. Maybe that's why I wear hats all the time, right? Because I'm trying to protect my face from all the nonsense that's coming. Like I was like, are you serious? So getting your ISTQB certification through ASTQB and AT times SQA gets you noticed. maybe I'm going to ask one of the recruiters, like, do you look for people who are certified? Like, I just found out, like, some companies, they'll train Scrum Masters from within that they don't even care if the Scrum Master is certified or not. I used to think that to be a Scrum Master, you need to be certified. No, like, because, and guess what? Like, honestly, I play the role of Scrum Master from time to time. I cannot, like, I can't do it, but I can fill in from time to time. But like they do so much. Like I always say, Scrum Masters are awesome. They protect you. They're there for you and everything like that. But you don't have to be certified to be a Scrum Master. The same way you don't like, and being certified is not going to like help you level up. Knowing how to use the tools, knowing how to speak the language of the developers, knowing how to collaborate, knowing how to communicate, knowing how to be effective, add value. That's what's going to get you promoted in software QA. Not being afraid to contribute and challenge the narrative and say, hey, like, did you consider these risks? Oh, this might not be a good user experience. It's not about like, oh, I'm certified in AI testing. What is AI testing? Test automation engineer. I have Tech Barbarian T so far in automation right now. After like a month. So that's what I'm like, man, give me a break. All right? Give me a break. All right? Anyways, that's a free connection to add a free connection to add your certifications to LinkedIn, where you'll receive many likes and congratulations from your coworkers and managers. Oh, that is so sweet. Aww. Oh, I love it. And but guess what? All those free connections to your certification and stuff like that, so you can get all those likes. Well, a lot of people who are dying over to take this ISTQB, they don't have coworkers and managers to like it because they're still struggling to find a job in QA. Because the boot camps and the ISTQB told them, hey, you just passed your certification and you're going to go so far. And it's like, but I don't know how to check out a branch. And this is stuff that annoys me, because I have somebody come in and they're like, oh, like they'll come for a consultation and stuff like that, and like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm like, whatever, and I'm like, okay, like, why do you want to get ICQB certified? Oh, because I'm gonna get a job, they're gonna notice me and stuff like that. And for the most part, like I was saying, it's the government agencies that want the certification and stuff, but for the most part, the government isn't looking to hire entry level. So you find yourself in a pickle. All right. Inclusion in the official US list of certified and credentialed software testers that is advertised more than 1 million times every year, plus ISTQB SCR. So if all of you QA people who went out there and got ISTQB certified, and you're included, inclusion in this list of certified credentialed software testers, who the hell looks at? I have never seen this list. I didn't even know there was a list that existed. So, what's up? Because I don't know any recruiters who are checking for this list. This ain't Santa, making a list and checking it twice. And lastly, inclusion in the AT times work or asterisk work trademark list of testers for hire if you're ever between job. I don't know any company that checks this list, at least here. Every time I've interviewed somebody for a position at whichever company I was, I never checked this list. I never checked this list. I couldn't give two flying New York rats crap. That's what I'm saying. New York's rat crap of who's on the list and who's not on the list. Can you do the job? And I can figure out if you can do the job by the words that you say and how we interview and how you explain like the things that you've worked on in the past, currently, all that stuff, right? So that's my thought. That is my thought, right? Let's go back to full screen. Before we do our last segment of the show, all right? So here we are. Let me check the chat real quick, see if there's anything going on in the chat, and then we shall get back to it, all right? Shall get back to do our last segment, see if this works. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see here. We got Victor in the building. He's laughing. I must have said something funny. And Mitch is like, Now, Jason, I'm not even gonna try. I'll mess up your name. Jason says, "What in all the cybersecurity is going on here?" I don't know. Hey man, I'm just reading an email. And then we have Mitch in the building says Scrum is like project manager. You don't have to be certified for a project manager. That is true. But I'll tell you this though. If you like some certifications are worth it, right? Some certifications are worth it. So like the PMP certification, do you need it to do project management? No. But I heard if you do get PMP certified, because it's so difficult, so complicated, you will get the bag, right? I heard you will get the bag. Do I even have my? Oh my goodness. Let me see if this is gonna work. Let's see if this is gonna work because I didn't even move this one over. But it's gonna go like, let's see. See, the other one isn't even working, right? So whatever. But I heard you get the bag with the PMP as a project manager. So, but is it necessary? No, but it depends on what you're working on. And we got Good Guy in the building. What's going on, Good Guy? He says, thank you to B Peace. Yes, everyone, thank you to B Peace for gifting those 5 memberships.
I appreciate you.
And then Ferris jumps into the building. He says, not me with 10 plus certifications. You are a certification hoarder. Not a certification without, but a hoarder, a certification hoarder. All right. Anyways, let's do our last segment of the show. Then we'll wrap it up for today. It's just all fun and games. But, when I read, when I went into this email, right? I'm like, oh, how to get promoted? I'm like reading. And then it's like, well, to get promoted, like I said, oh, I agree. Like, know how to do the next job before you do the next job. And this is, but to know how to do the next job, get certified. I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here. All right, let's go. Let's get back to work, right? Last 20 minutes of the show.
It's time to do.
Okay, so we've got going on here. Let's go to this screen. And we have, so it said it did it, but let me see. Is there anything else we need to do for this though? Let's find out. If I was to take this right here, let me go over to, let's get rid of this email. And let's see what happens if we go to do this, right? We're going to go to other screen. Still getting used to this thing. And we paste this here. So the site can't be reached, but it is coming up pretty quick. Let me see. So let's go and we check our Route 53. And we go to hosted zones. And we have this. So this was created. Record count. Let's see what's in here. ECS dev. And so this should be here. Let me see, name servers. I might have to go and edit in the other one, to be honest. But then that's gonna cause issues. Ooh, I don't know. Because we don't want this created. It's gonna be a little bit tricky to do this. So this is pointing to here. Let me see if this and this. Let's go to, let me check out these. Let me see if these are the same actually. I have a note taken up, maybe. Let me see. Okay, cool. So let's do here. Oops. Let's do here. Okay, whatever. Let's go here and let me go and check this hosted zone. It's different. All right, so I won't be able to do that. How are we gonna do this? Gotta think about that because it's gonna be a little bit tricky. All right. Well, thinking. All right. Let's find out. Let's find out. So we're gonna change this to back to this, but it already exists somewhere. But let's see if we can. So this is for the other one. So let me see if I can minimize this one. Let's minimize this one, and let's minimize this one. So this is the one that we're looking at. So if we do the same thing here, and then we have this is here, but we don't want this one. We want one like this. So this is gonna stay like this, and then this is gonna be here, and then this is gonna be here. My only concern is that it messes up the existing one. We can always undo it, but okay. So okay, let's find out. Let's figure it out. My hope is that it's going to see that it already exists, and then it's going to just add it on to this one. So hope. Or maybe we can use an existing resource. Let me do a quick search. Let me see. So, how to import your existing Raw 53 zone on Terraform. Let me see. I don't want to mess something up. Public zone, primary, public zone, subdomain, resource, Route 53 zone, private zone. Yeah, whatever. Let's figure it out. Let's give it a try and see what happens. All right. So if we go here and we do Terraform, I don't think it should override it, but who knows? We might mess everything up. But whatever we mess up, we can fix. All right. So let's go and do a Terraform apply. Keep our fingers crossed. See what happens. Let me see. So 2 changes. It is going to get rid of the name servers. Is going to do that. I suppose it's going to say that it already found it and it can't do it. I don't know. Little scared here. Little scared here. All right. So let's find out. Afraid for my life right now. I don't want to break everything. I don't want to break everything. Jason says the soundboard is on point. Look, I am like a perfectionist at times, right? So when things that should work don't work for me, I get like really, really bothered by it. And I'm like, I just want to like scrap everything. So like, I wasn't really gonna scrap the show from yesterday, but I was annoyed that the Stream controller was acting up. All right, but whatever, we agile minded as always. We learn and then we adjust and grow and all that good stuff, right? So I'm not tripping over it. I just don't like when something should like. I'm a little annoyed that the Terraform apply didn't work for the application. Because it should, but I'll troubleshoot that later. If we can get the Raw 53 working, I'll be okay with that and figure out what in the code is tripping to get it to work, right? So all good. All right. So, put this on there too. All right. So I'm just really curious to see what's going to happen. Let me go over into here and let's go here. It created 2 of them. That is interesting. I didn't think it would do that. Oh. I didn't think you could do that. I'm curious to see if the app is still going to work. I mean, I can always delete one, but and they're different. Ooh, this is not good. Well, I don't know. This is weird. Honestly, I don't think it should work. Like I can see it getting created over here, but now what I'm seeing is there's two of them, and I don't think there should be two. You know what I mean? Because how can you have? I mean, they all probably resolve to AWS anyways, but I don't see how there could be two of them in there. Well, shoot. Well, let's check the main site first, right? Let's see. All right, it's still up. It's still up. All right, it's still up. That's a good thing. It's still up. And we click, we get our quote. Cool, right? Click, we get our quote. Cool. So that's good. Now, will we get the 503 on this one? Still don't have anything here, which is weird. That's that app. So it still can't be reached, which at least the main one still works. But why though? Why? So we look at here. I wonder if I can compare the two. Alias, no. Alias, yes. Should I do it as a CNAME? Let's go and compare the other one. The other one has it as alias, yes. Alias. And then this. And then here is pointing to simple. Oh, maybe I have to do it as a simple. I don't know. Let's see. So let's go over here. Traffic to here, and this one goes to the same spot. If we go look at our other one, our new one, we have alias no, but this should go to this load balancer. But this load balancer is not working. I'm gonna put 3,000 in there. Make sure it's a 503 temporary. The 503 temporary. Something in the startup is not working correctly from what I can see. But I also wanted this one to all like. All right, so let's keep looking then. Right, keep looking at our code. Let's see, zone ID. And let me look at our documentation as well. Route 53. Let's see. A record. Route 53. So that one is this one. And then here I have this one, zone ID, ALB. DNS name, ALB load balancer name. So the same one. And then not really look the same. All right, let's see what else we have in here. This code pipeline code, so that has nothing to do with it. So let's do some Googling, right? Let's go over to here. Route 53 not going to load balancer. So route 53 not routing to load balancer. Let's see. We can also do inside of here. We can test the record. And this one. Response. Let's see what this gives us. Route traffic to or some AWS reference. So route traffic to another domain name and to some AWS resources. This one will be going to to load balancer. Let's see here. Name servers. So no error. Response returned by. Really? All right. Well, now let's check up. See, and now I'm troubleshooting, right? Let's check our load balancers again. Let's see. Looking at this one. No listener. Do we have a listener? Wait a second. Should we have a listener? Or maybe it's on something else. Let me see. I'm just clicking on stuff. All right. So listeners and rules. Details. I thought we had a listener. That's when we're supposed to have a listener. Let me see. 80 forward to oops. Wait, a little confused now. Could have sworn we had a listener on this thing. So let me see. Target groups. PPQ target group. Something isn't right. Auto scaling groups. Take a look at this one. Elastic Beanstalk. This is an Elastic Beanstalk auto scaling group. But I thought I'm so confused right now. Monitoring. Attributes, tags. I should change the tags to load balancer. Let's see here. Remember when I said earlier in the day, like tech is hard, but it pays off. It pays off, but tech is hard. I'll never tell somebody, oh, it's going to be super easy and you're going to make all this money jumping into tech and all that type of stuff, because it's hard work. Okay. Let's see. This one is probably going to the Beanstalk. Yeah, this is Beanstalk. And this is the one for PPQ. So when I click on Beanstalk, right, I get these two listeners. When I click on load balancer, now I have this one. But we were just telling me a minute ago that I didn't have any. Now I go back over here. And let's say I click on this one. Default. Let's click on default. Let's see here. Tags, no tags. Copy this one. Network map. Let's see. Security group. We would have port 80 open. Listeners, PBQ target group. And what's in the target group? What is in this target group? Let's see. 0 healthy, 0 unhealthy. 1 unused. What's this? Target IP. Distribution. So weird. Let's go to here. See, something keeps happening with these containers. Let me see. Something is happening with these containers. I don't know. Let me see. Because it's like they keep going up and down, and they shouldn't be doing that. Let me see if I do this. Hold on. Let me see. Because that might be contributing to why the domain name is having trouble coming up. Let's see here. This might have to roll over. I thought this was going to be like a super quick day and everything like that. But we might have to roll over this one till next week, which I honestly don't mind because I love troubleshooting and figuring these things out. But see, 7 failed deployments. They shouldn't be failing. If I could find some details. Tasks, let's go into here. And
Lunch break! Lunch break!
well, that is about. Let me see what log. Let me see what's going on in here. So we got our variables, locker, label, and host. External link, but I don't even think this is public. That's not gonna load. Let's see what else we got over here. What else we got? Let's see here. Well, I guess I got some work to do this week. I don't know why this I gotta figure out what's going on here because this stuff is good and I just can't see. It says running. I don't see what's going on in there. I have to add some logs to this stuff. 7 failures. I wish I could see why. Task definition. See this one. This one. Let's see. Well, whatever. We'll pick it up next week. Not that big of a deal. But like I said, we figure this out as we go along. This is software engineering. This is DevOps. This is infrastructure as code. You're gonna run into issues. Like you'll see it working last week. You come back to it this week, and it's like, nope, hell no, we won't go. And we're like, well, there's gonna be some consequences and repercussions. Some chair moving going up in here. So it is what it is, right? So I'm gonna keep working on this, keep playing with it to get it to work, and I'm gonna tear it down and bring it back up to make sure that it does work. And then we'll go from there. It's annoying, but it's how we learn. That's how we learn. That is how we learn. 2.5 hours of talking and coding and messing with AWS console Terraform, all this good stuff. Did I have anything else for today? I don't even know. Let me see. We'll carry this over to our next show. My last topic that I was going to talk about during the break because we've been going for a long time, and got things to do. I have a meeting in like 20 minutes, and then it's dinner time, and I still have to finish all the other work. So I'm going to read the comments in the chat, and then I'm going to wrap it up for today. I really appreciate you all for hanging out with me. All of that good stuff. All right, so it says, let's see where we at. The last one we read was a Mitch about the PMP. And Mitch says, Mitch adds some more value to the stream. Or if you don't have it and already doing PM work, once you get it, most people leave or try to get more money at the place. Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I don't think you need to start with it, especially like if you're very, very new into the field, you don't know anything to be like taking this type of test. But a lot of times they trick you into like, oh, I got to get certified. And it's like, no, you need to know how to do the work, right? For me, I value being able to do the work. And that's why that's the reason that I work the way that I do with the people that I work with. And then if you get some stuff along the way, great. Cause I was like, you know what? I know enough Terraform that I could get Terraform certified if I wanted to. But do I want to go through sitting and taking a test and finding a place to take a test when I'm still building my infrastructure, right? So I don't know. And Jason asked to Ferris, how hard is the CISM? So I'm sure Ferris is going to answer, but I would also say, Jason, go over to his channel as well. And when he goes live on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, go and talk to him too about that. Like, by all means, you're more than welcome to ask in this chat. Like, I love you guys here, and I love you guys talking about tech and stuff like that. But make sure you go support Ferris as well. Subscribe to this channel. Talk to him in the chat. Ask him questions and stuff like that about cybersecurity, because I'll be there too, and I want to learn just as much as everybody else. So make sure you subscribe to Ferris as well for all that amazing cybersecurity information. And we have Mitch said to Ferris as well. It says, what are your thoughts on the ECS squared? Not two, but squared. I learned that a few months ago. My job giving those away, well, the training for it. And I think it's probably a really good thing to get, but I could be wrong. And Mitch says, what I like is no one thinks they know everything. On this channel, everyone sticks to their lane and adds to everyone else. So Rob, giving you your flowers for creating a dope channel. I celebrate, like I say, I will celebrate. If you come over here, you do something cool, I'm going to celebrate it. I'm going to promote it. I'm going to share it. And you come here, we talk about what I'm talking about. You guys can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And then when Ferris goes to do his like cyber stuff and his project, which I'm really looking forward to, I'm like, hey, let's all go over to his channel and let's support him and let's learn together. Because if we're not learning, we could be having fun, but I love mixing in learning and having fun together. And that's what I try to do here. We're learning, we're playing with Terraform, we're reading some emails, we're talking about, mindset and stuff like that. And we're just winning. All right. So that's what I really
appreciate you.
The VP of Data Analytics has spoken. And he's under a non-compete because he's a VP. So he can't, it's enforceable. Just, always have to remind Mitch, And now Mitch says, I'm back in G mode, black hoodie, black Scully, black Air Force Ones, dressed down in all black with his blazer over. Don't forget the blazer. All right. And Jason says, how can I contact you? Discord, booking a session. You're asking me? If you're on Discord with me, feel free to reach out on Discord. If you're asking Ferris, I'm pretty sure you can on his chat. I'm reading the next one. Oh my god. Hey, I have to pay the bill somehow, right? And Ferris says, CISM is highest level of cyber security for only management domain. And yeah, killing me. I was all right. This I guess this one. All right.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Can I say? What can I say? I'm in a bind, Nate. All right. Yeah, too much. All right. Ferris says, "Bitch, ISC squared is the best overall. The CISSP is the peak. The peak. All right." And Mitch says, "I don't have the time to take that on. That's dope, though. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do." And Jason said, "Already subbed to Ferris." That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and do it. Like, you know, and and here's the thing. Just watching the project he's going to be working on is going to start putting things into your mind. Like, oh, what kind of project that I can create? And if you can, even if you don't understand all the stuff that's happening, you get certain things in AWS for free, like for a certain amount of months or certain amount of usage. Try to follow along and ask questions while he's doing it. Like if you have two screens where you can watch him doing it on one screen and have the other screen where you can like try to follow along. Even if you get lost, you can always go back and watch it. And you can also get as far as you can, and then like keep learning that way. Like that right there is the best way that I see learning this type of stuff. And then do your own research as well. And and when he says, okay, this is what we're gonna do next stream, try to go ahead of him and say, okay, let me see if I can do this. And then now you compare what you did. Stuff like learning this stuff is that's how I would approach it, you know. And versus I think personally that Security Plus and CISSP is the only combo needed overall. Well, Ferris has spoken. Everything else is kind of what you want to specialize in. I'd only get 3 certs overall in security. Go for 10. Go for 10. All right. And then in your background, you can just have all the certificates. And like they said in Kanye West's song, you know, he might have died without any money, but he died with his degrees. JJ the OF of MMA. Rob, you got an OF account? Hey, you see, I told you guys that in confidence, and then you see, Mitch, what did I tell you about the non-compete and the NDA, all right? The non-compete and the NDA. He's not denying. Anyways, you know what? I gotta go. You guys are too much, right? You guys already know what time it is. So, you know, before I go, I have to ask, as always, I have to ask.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Are you not entertained? See, they just revealed like about my night job. You know, while Ferris is working the overnight shift, I'm working the overnight shift too. But just, you know, anyway, whatever. You know, you guys, I've had enough of you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys know what time it is, right? Because Mitch, what time is it, Mitch? Mitch, tell me what time it is, right? You know, yesterday's price is not today's price, and today's price is certainly not. I repeat, it's not tomorrow's price. Cause
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
the price of the brick is going up. We are getting out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Tech Coach Ralph with another episode of Software Explorations. We are terraforming on a Sunday. I'm out. You guys take care.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Spartans! What is your profession?